All right, let's see if this works. Oh sure, I forgot to just connect to speech chat. Oops, 1 second. All right, so we're just getting set up here, everyone. I totally forgot how to do this. Is this right? Shit. Shit. I don't think this is it. Is this it? I don't think this is it. Oh, this is it. Is this it? Hello? Who's here? Anybody here? Platforms? Twitch? No? Google? Everybody good? You guys hear me? Alright, so I got a new mount today. It's kind of funny looking if you guys were to see it, but it's basically a chest mount. Like, basically like planted squarely upon my chest. Can someone test to see if the chat is working? I'm not sure if it actually is.
Sister Cobranza.
Oh, sweet.
Welcome
nice.
to my channel.
Welcome. Sweet. All right, so it's working. So, hey, let me show you this crazy ass mount right here. So it's basically mounted to my chest, so you can get more of like a POV angle. But I'm gonna put the phone right here, and then so you can kind of see better with when I drive. So let me just attach this pretty quickly. This is kind of funky, but hope you're doing well today. Happy Monday, of course. You are looking. We're a couple blocks away from the Staples Center. I think there was like a Clippers game or something last night. Let's see how stable this is. Okay, it's kind of stable. It's kind of bumpy. Let's see, maybe if I attach my... I don't want to sit this far up like this. That wouldn't really make sense. I guess the closer, maybe the less bumpy it is. I feel like this is gonna bounce when I drive, which I don't want. Let me see.
Stream Elements. Welcome to my channel.
Maybe if I tighten up the chest. I'm sorry if it's a little bumpy. I don't know if that tightened it up or not. No, that definitely didn't tighten it up. Sorry if it's a little shaky right now. Just trying to tighten. If you're getting dizzy, press 1 in the chat. Maybe I'll take the phone off. Alright, well, I guess this is the best it's gonna get. Oh shit, I didn't even think about the seatbelt. Oh shit. Okay, kind of works. I know what I'll do. I'll just hold it, and then when I need 2 hands, I'll just use 2 hands. Yeah, that works. All right, well, I got my heated seat on, so let me just turn that off. So hopefully this is a good angle for you guys. You can see kind of what's going on with like a POV test driving a Tesla. We are in the downtown Los Angeles area. Yeah, so damn, I need to make sure that this doesn't necessarily move at all, but it's kind of like bouncing on my chest, which is kind of funny. And if I hold it like this, I'm like literally holding the base of it right now so that it doesn't shake. But I guess, yeah. And I have a head mount as well. Work that much better. So I don't know. Hopefully it's okay. But this is cool because I get to see a little bit of what's on the screen. I feel like this camera angle is a little bit too low for you guys, Looks like you're looking at the steering wheel instead of like looking at the road, which isn't necessarily a POV, so to speak. I wonder if I can make this higher on my chest without blocking my visibility. Let me pull over to the side a little bit so I can mess with it. But still not an autopilot yet. This is really just a like POV drive, and then I can put it into autopilot, and then you can kind of see what's let's see. Best. More stable? I guess not. Height, right? Like, I think this height looks more POV. Maybe, I guess a shoulder mount would be the best. Yeah, like right on my, a bit more POV than this. Unless I like stood up a little. Yeah. Don't necessarily lay flat.
Vlog. Stream tips.
Hello. I'm trying the new chest mount right now.
Stream tips.
And it's not the most stable. It's kind of like shaking like a boat. You know, I thought it would be, I'm trying the chest mount right now, and I thought it would be more stable on my chest, but it's kind of like moving around, like, doesn't necessarily stay as stable. So if I was like driving,
Cork is on food. Vlog. Stream tips. Said. LOL, wait, really? If airbag deploys, will you be okay?
Of course. Of course I'll be okay if the airbag deploys. Maybe not. It was either this or on my head, but the head one doesn't necessarily work as well either. So this might have to do. Oh well. Try it. Safe. Actually, that's a great idea. What if I use the seatbelt
Cork is on food.
to attach that?
Just do regular setup. They aren't supposed to be used for walking around.
Eh? I guess I have to like stand up straight. Okay. It's a little bit. I guess that didn't work. Alright. Let's skedaddle. Too much messing around with this. All right, so we're about to get onto today we are driving down to Irvine in morning rush hour traffic from Los Angeles. in morning rush hour traffic in Los Angeles, California. Hopefully there won't be too much traffic on the way down, or hopefully there will be actually, so we can see how Autopilot does today in today's drive. But let me put on some music. In the meantime, we're about to get on the highway, so I do have to get into the left lane coming up right now, and then I can turn onto the highway and throw it immediately onto Autopilot on the on-ramp. But we're in a Tesla, a 2021 Tesla Model Y Performance Autopilot, and of course we're driving in the uncomfortable LA roads, so it's super bumpy right now. But hopefully you guys can see what's going on. Making a left turn onto the highway right now, and then I should be able to throw it into auto. Now I got the signal. So this steering wheel was a gray steering wheel right before, and it now is a blue one, so I could just easily throw it into Autopilot. So right now we're in full Autopilot mode. Just getting onto the 5. No, actually, sorry, this is not the 5. We're getting onto the 60, the 10. We're going on the 10, and then now getting onto the 5. But I do need to make a left lane change. So I just hit the left turn signal, which allowed me to take it out of Autopilot and then throwing it back into Autopilot by hitting down on this right turn signal, or turn stalk, or steering stalk, down twice. So going 53 miles an hour right now. Cruise control speed setting is set to 70. This truck just immediately came into our lane, but it did signal, and Autopilot is braking just a little bit right there. We went from 55 miles an hour down to 43. So hopefully the connection is stable. Just cruising along right now, going 45 miles an hour on a cruise control speed setting of 70. The lanes are splitting right here into 2, and Autopilot just decided to go into the left lane right there at that highway split. Still going about 60 miles or 65 miles an hour. Looks like my Spotify does not want to work today, so let's try a different song. I think it's working. Okay, yep. I hear a little bit of lo-fi chill. So we're in the second lane from the right, which we do need to get into the right lane to get into the 5 south. So I'll probably make that lane change pretty soon. So some braking up here. Cars on the right are also braking as well. This car wants to get into our lane. Autopilot just broke down to like 45 miles an hour, but we're just maintaining the speeds in front of us. Nag timer is going off right here, so I'm going to hit this right turn or right scroll wheel on the right side to confirm that I'm still here and paying attention. This truck wants to get in our lane, but Autopilot just is increasing speed. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel Autopilot so that this truck can go in front of us, and then throw it back into Autopilot, because Tesla just kept increasing speed slowly and slowly and not necessarily letting this truck in at all. I do need to get into the right lane, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the right turn signal while turning this steering wheel. It allows me to, but then it disables auto steer, so I can turn the steering wheel manually and then get into the right lane to go onto the 5 south. So we're going pretty slow right now, kind of just pacing this truck, but the truck is actually increasing speed a lot. But we're still going 50 miles an hour. Cruise control speed just went from 70 to 65. It adjusted because we're getting onto the 5 south now, and the speed limit on this highway is 55 miles an hour. Looks like some braking coming up ahead. Not sure if there's any traffic currently right now, but we are continuing to go down this highway at 56 miles an hour. In 2021 Tesla worth which is $10,000 at all. So this is just basic autopilot, which keeps you in the lane, controls your speed for you, adjusts it, and will take you to your destination as long as it's pretty much highway. The autopilot system does work on local roads as well, clearly marked or not. But just like the of this 710 5
Stay on.
Hopefully this angle is good for you guys. I might try and switch it to, I took off my camera mount pretty earlier this week because it's kind of hitting my head. But right now we're in the almost right lane, or the all the way right lane. This truck is just spewing oil. So I am gonna get out from behind it because that's a shit ton of exhaust fumes just coming out. So let me go ahead and turn on the recirc air so that I don't take in any of that. But let me open the windows actually. That was a lot of smoke. If you're just joining in, we are going from Los Angeles down to Irvine, California. I changed some of the frame rates on the stream, so we should be streaming at a higher FPS rate. I think 60 versus 30 that I usually do. So it's a little bit more engaging to see, but it might be laggy with the stream because it's also a lot more data. But we're in full autopilot mode right now, going 62 miles an hour on a cruise control speed setting of 79. And then we're also in the second lane from the left. It seems like there's no traffic so far on the 5 going south, but usually there's traffic in this area after this. We're about to pass the Commerce Casino, or I think we already passed the Commerce Casino. Oh no, we passed the Commerce Outlet Malls, but we're about to pass the Commerce Casino, probably coming on the left pretty soon. Oh, I actually had no idea that was a hotel. Crown Plaza Hotel. I always thought that was a casino. Oh, I guess it is. Oh, it's a casino slash, it's a Commerce Casino, but the Crown Plaza Hotel. Got it. Makes sense. So, sorry if it's a little bit bumpy on the stream. LA roads are not the best. So, yeah.
We'll be getting my Model 3 soon and we'll have a road trip with it. Any Any suggestions?
Nice.
This will be my first ever.
The road and to plan which superchargers you're going to stop at. Around 75 miles an hour, at most 79 miles an hour, because that's where it seems to be like the sweet spot between like going fast but conserving the battery and not draining it too much. Also, when you're on superchargers, don't charge past 80 because you start to get diminished value in terms of charging rate speeds. Usually charging up to 70-80% is the quickest, and you'll do that quicker than 80 to that 90%, that 80 to 90%, that last like 10 to 20%. It's not worth sticking around. Just leave and then go on to your destination, whether it's home or the next supercharger. But a lot more cars in this next area right now. There's a couple semi-trucks on the right going 58 miles an hour on a cruise control speed setting of 79. We're still in the left lane, or the left at most left lane, but just cruising along right now. 61. I'm trying to adjust this camera mount. This is a new camera mount. It's basically attached to my chest, and just think of like a camera tripod mounted for my chest. If you want to think about how like interesting or funny that might be looking right now if you were to see me on the highway. But if I were to, it's definitely a little bumpy because the 5 is also kind of bumpy, and so you gotta like keep it stable a little bit. But both hands are free if I need to do anything or travel around on this route. Still going 61 miles an hour right now. Slow down. This van is just going a little bit slow, and and Tesla Autopilot is just pacing right behind it. So I should probably get spot right now. So I just hit the left turn signal right here, which allowed me to kick it out of auto steer manually, and then now hitting the right turn signal on the right side to throw it back into autopilot. Which you can see here. To explain some of this data right now, of course, this is our navigation on the right side with our destination, what time we'll get there and stuff. But
should I buy Tesla self-drive subscription?
Should you?
Is it working?
Should you?
Said, worth it.
Great question, actually. Should you buy Tesla full self-driving subscription? I would say no. So you've probably seen videos on YouTube with the full self-driving beta product. A little bit of braking right now. We're going from 75 miles an hour to 69. The cars in front of us, I guess we're slowing down. But you've probably seen, going back to your question, you've probably seen videos on YouTube about full self-driving, people testing around and stuff. Just keep in mind that's the beta label product, and only 2,000 Tesla drivers are in that beta program. So even if you plop down that $200 a month or that $10,000 price tag beta program, so I actually Model 3 before my Model Y, and I paid the $6,000 for this full self-driving package, and I never got the beta after emails and all that stuff. So I think personally, since I have this Model Y now and I sold my last Model 3, I think I'm just gonna wait until that beta becomes a wider release to more people before giving Tesla any more of my money in terms of the full self-driving package or the subscription. So in my opinion, I don't think it's worth it. Autopilot is good enough as you're currently demoing and seeing at the moment. It keeps you in the lane, it keeps your speed and follows the cars in front of you. You can really just sit back, relax, and drive on your commute to wherever you need to go. But as you can see here, I'll show you, I just have the autopilot system and the premium connectivity, but no full self-driving. Which I just realized that. Yeah, interesting. So, in terms of what's explaining what's going on here on this Tesla UI screen, got your climate controls down at the bottom. In terms of the driving, that's that time right there. You might not be able to see that, but that says 10 o'clock.
Welcome to my channel.
That's gonna be what time we'll get there.
Said. Digging the new view.
What's up, Bing Chan? Welcome to the channel. Thank you. I think I showed you this mount earlier, but it's basically a tripod just mounted directly off my chest, so it's actually really interesting and funny looking if someone were to see what I'm doing in front of my face, but on my lower chin area. But hopefully this gives you a good POV view of what I'm seeing. Los Angeles down. Ladies and gentlemen, on our drive down, 28 more minutes to go, or 20, which we're going to drive 26 more miles. Yeah. But going back to the Tesla UI screen, on the right side is the GPS navigation. On the left side is, you kind of see a status of the vehicle, and you could swipe to see what's going on around you. You can see that the vehicle is noticing that there's 2 cars in front of us and a car to our right, it's that car right there. And then it's also noticing these cones on our left side. So you can see there's some traffic cones on the left side that Tesla is detecting and noticing as we go on our drive down. But here's our current speed in the top left corner of 70 miles an hour. The little 79 is what the cruise control speed setting is set to. So if there were no cars in front of us, we would try to go 79 miles an hour or maintain that 79 miles an hour speed. But because there's cars in front of us and around us, it's just pacing them at a smooth 2-car length in front of us. To the right of the cruise control speed setting, there's a blue icon that shows you that Autopilot is engaged, and you can also kind of tell because there's blue lines in the lanes around us. And then to the right of that is our speed limit, in which what it's detected that this road's or this highway speed limit is 55. And then to the right of that, in the top right corner, is our battery percentage. Percent of the battery. I did charge up to 90% yesterday, which 84%. Basically, any Tesla Model Y, each battery percentage point, like 1%, is about 2 to 2.5 miles. So 84% translates to 243 miles. On a Model 3, though, it's closer to 2.5 to 3 miles per percentage point. So we're still in the utmost left lane right now. We're about to actually enter a construction area zone where Tesla, at least in the past 3 to 4 times that I've driven in this area, it's always glitched. So we'll see what happens in this next area. But we're going at 65 miles an hour on the all the way left lane, pacing this car in front of us. So we'll see what happens in this construction area zone. It glitches because the Tesla GPS system thinks we're in the local roads when we are actually in the highway. So then it actually starts to slow down pretty drastically. But if you're just joining the channel, thanks for watching the stream. Please hit that like if you enjoyed it, or hit the subscribe. Definitely appreciate all the support. Or if you want to buy me a coffee this morning, I actually don't have one just yet, but you could buy me a coffee with the buy a coffee link in the chat. It starts as little as $1 all the way up to $5. But just watching the stream, hitting the like and subscribe goes a long way, and I appreciate all this support. But we're in the construction area zone right now. Seems like it's doing fine, actually.
How confident should you be using Autopilot?
Great question. So how confident should I be using Autopilot? So you can see right now, we're in the construction area zone, and these concrete barriers are pretty close to the car right now. So this is pretty much a good way to answer your question, actually. How confident are you with Autopilot? So the one thing I do tell new owners is that with Autopilot, you do have to realize it is a computer. So right now it's glitching that we were talking about before. I'm pushing my foot on the accelerator to accelerate past this because it actually thought we were in the local lane, so it started to slow down its speed. But right now I pressed the accelerator and to get us out of that area. And now it's maintaining speed up to 75 miles an hour. But I'm going to go ahead and make a right lane change out of the fastest lane because I'm probably going to decrease speed just a little bit. Feeling a little bit of vibration over 65 miles an hour, so I don't want to drive past 65 miles an hour. But then again, see, now it thinks we're in the local roads once more, so it just dropped our cruise control speed setting down to 50. So this is actually really funny and good timing that you asked how confident should we be in autopilot, because right now it's completely going to shit. Because we're actually in a construction area zone, which you're not supposed to use. Per the manual, it actually says you're not supposed to use autopilot in the construction area zone or any highway construction area zone, because it's not necessarily going to know what's going on or it might glitch. But to answer your question with how confident you should be by using autopilot, it is a computer at the end of the day, so it will do computer things. So once you start to understand why it does certain decisions or makes or drives in a certain way, you get used to what it might do in those types of certain situations to predict how it will react. But once you get used to that, you can get pretty confident. Like a lot of drives, I just sit back, relax, throw it on autopilot, and just let it just drive all the way down to my destination. But it's getting a little bit bright right now. Looks like the sun is peeking out from behind the clouds. But I'll reduce speed just a little bit because there's a little bit of vibration in the left lane or the left side of my tire. I think so. In any of the Tesla tires, there's actually acoustic foam that reduces the noise that it makes, and I think my back left tire, the foam separated from the tire, so it's like starting to bundle up and start to
What settings should
vibrate.
I use as a first-time Tesla user?
As a first-time Tesla user for settings, I assume you're asking about autopilot settings. There's really only one setting that I would be mindful of. It's the follow distance one, where you can adjust by using this right scroll wheel right here. If you see on the screen now, or maybe you can't see it, there's a little car, and you can actually bump it to follow distance all the way up to 7, which would basically increase the gap between the cars in front of you. When I first got the car, I probably had it at like a follow distance 3, but I did. It's very. The other settings in here, pretty much just leave it as is. None of this will actually affect the autopilot system completely. You could turn on forward collision warning to early. That's what I have it set on. And then lane departure, when you're not in autopilot, it'll help you stay within the lane if you're starting to sway. I have it on assist, that it will help with keeping you in the lane. But going about 65 miles an hour now. Nag timer just went off again. You can see it by the blue flashing screen right there. And then I hit the right scroll wheel to confirm that I'm still paying attention. But 21 more minutes to go on our drive from Los Angeles down to Irvine, California. This is typically a 1-hour drive, but I guess because there really wasn't any traffic this Monday morning in Los Angeles in rush hour, which is pretty surprising. Looks like we should be able to make this in about 45 minutes, which is pretty good time actually. Been going 60 to 70 miles an hour this whole way down. Nag timer is going off again. So every 30 seconds or a minute or so, it wants to make sure you're still paying attention. So you can confirm it or make it go away by hitting this left turn signal or this left scroll. Along right now in the all the way left lane is, so we actually do not need to worry about it at all. But definitely getting pretty bright out. The sun is coming out from behind. The temperature is 64 degrees right now. None of these conditions should be affecting the autopilot system, especially the cameras. So you can see right here, or maybe you can't see because it's just a little bit too bright. But the sun can affect the cameras if it's too bright with that California sun facing directly at some of the front cameras. That could affect it. So now now. No glitches whatsoever at all on this drive, except for that construction area zone back there. But that's mostly like a Tesla GPS glitch, not necessarily a autopilot glitch, in my opinion at least. So pretty smooth drive right now. Just sitting back, relaxing. Take us to... Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. Definitely appreciate all the viewers. Hopefully you guys are liking the video. It doesn't cost a thing, but hopefully you're liking it and enjoying it. And this is giving you a real world experience of what Tesla Autopilot is like today. And Tesla Autopilot, the Autopilot package, comes with any brand new Tesla for free today. And you can get these features of basically keeping you in the lane, maintaining your speed, and it will drive you from highway to, or basically down the highway, which most people, this is what they want. They don't actually need any of the full self-driving package features. Most of them are a gimmick, in my opinion. Really only maybe the summons feature could be useful if there's like tight parking spaces. So of course in like LA and New York, there's a good amount of tight parking spaces where I've used the summon feature, you know, a handful of times, but most of it's party tricks and gimmicks to show your friends that you have a cool car. But cruising along, cruising along down now. Still going about 62 miles an hour. We're going to take it a little bit conservative now for the rest of the drive because there is a little bit of vibration coming from the left side of the car. So I don't want to drive that fast. Thank you. Thanks for hopping on the stream. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to chat. Hopefully your Tesla will arrive soon. I'm actually thinking about selling my current Tesla because the market is pretty hot, and I actually found another one that I could possibly get pretty quickly. So hopefully if everything lines up and the stars align, I should be able to square that away. But then I just realized while I was on the premium or this info screen on the car, since I took delivery of the Model Y earlier this year, I got 1 year of free premium connectivity. But if I take delivery of another one later this month, if that's possible, I won't get that free premium connectivity for that year, and I'll have to pay $10 a month for it. Which actually I made a video on this pretty recently that seems to be getting a lot of views, that I personally think the premium connectivity package or the $10 a month is not worth it at all. You can just use Bluetooth and Spotify and those things, so I'd rather save that $10 a month on like a coffee or something, so I don't have to pay for it.
I have that since I order in October?
I actually don't know. I think any new deliveries that do you have the premium, the free 1 year that you take premium connect cents a month package if you want the premium connectivity, which you just kind of have to see. If you have hotspot capability on your phone, it's not worth it, in my opinion. Or if you have Spotify on your phone, then it might not be worth it, because really some of the other features, which I would show you, but there's a lot of like really bright glare on the screen right now, so I can't necessarily show you. But really the only thing is like real-time traffic, which you could just use Waze, as well as I mean, this would be the only reason. I'll try and show you. This would be the only reason why I would want the $10 a month package. I like the satellite view where you can see the parks and the parking lots and the green on the map, but you actually don't get that when you don't pay for the $10 a month package, which is kind of sucks. So we'll see. I mean, it is only $9.99 plus tax a month for the premium connectivity package, but I'd rather spend that on 3 coffees or 4 or 2 coffees at Starbucks or fill.
Said,
it's up to you.
Will you lose any settings without the premium?
You won't lose, will you lose any settings without the premium connectivity package? You actually won't. The only thing that you lose is the satellite view, so you can see all the color. You lose being able to just play Spotify without a data connection, so you'll have to like hotspot from your phone. And that's really it. Everything else, if you hop to a hot your phone through it, you can use connecting to hotspot. But you can play Spotify, you can play karaoke, you can do the web browser, you can do all of that. You can even update the car. Anyway, to up to the only functionality the car, that's it. Back of this. So this has been a pretty relaxing drive. So you can get hotspot. So I guess I would just see maybe after your 30 days premium connectivity trial expires, try hotspotting it for a bit, and if it's too annoying for you at all, and then see if it's worth it to pay the $10 a month. Not be able to hotspot it, but you'll see that if you play music from your phone currently, it's really it's a sense your Tesla smart car out there like data like Spotify. You have to either or plug in to be able to use it.
Cheese Edit Marin said, does Tesla has its own music app?
So does Tesla have its own music app? Yes, they have Slacker Radio, and they but you can choose to hide it. I use Spotify, but you can see there's phone app and then there's Tesla karaoke right here. But I use Spotify because it's got my playlists and everything. So right there, actually, if anybody was noticing, there was a little bit of slowdown. We went from 60 miles an hour down to like 45, 50. Ooh, a nice gray, matte gray wrapped Tesla right there. But we did slow down a little bit, or the autopilot system slowed down a little bit for us while we were talking and, you know, paying attention, but interacting a little bit. But slowed down for us, and now it's increased speed back up to 61 miles an hour. And it looks like there's a little bit of traffic coming up ahead. So Tesla's probably just going to brake a little bit more for us as we slow down. But getting pretty close to our destination in Irvine. This has been a smooth drive so far. Let's see. Oh, actually, wow. We left 51 minutes ago, and we've traveled 35 miles. And I'm pretty sure we can check. So I think we left with like 88 or even 90% of the battery. We're down to 80% of the battery. So this 34-mile drive has used 10% so far, or 11%. Ooh, a little bit of braking right there. I guess this truck started to freak out Tesla just a little bit. But
Happy Bob Tart. Welcome to my channel.
Welcome to the channel.
Happy Bob Tart.
We should be arriving with 77% of the battery.
This is great. My Model Y is going to be delivered tomorrow, and all of your videos have been very helpful. Cheese Edit Marin
Thank you.
said, have you driven in Autopilot in the rain?
Yes, so I do have another video that's coming out about driving Autopilot in the rain. It should be coming out this week because it doesn't really rain too much in Los Angeles, but it did rain pretty recently, and so I drove and it handled it pretty well like a champ. I don't think there was any glitches. But in terms of the other question, thanks for, or the other message, thanks for some words of support. Thank you for watching all the videos. It really means a lot, and definitely hit that like and subscribe. Your support goes a long way for sure. But congrats on your Model Y delivering tomorrow. Do you know if you're going to get the premium connectivity package for 1 year, or do you know if you have to pay for a month? That was a topic that came up earlier, and I was was thinking about that as well. I think it changed to where everybody that gets the subscription, the premium. But what Model Y are you getting? Are you getting the long range or the performance? But we're getting close to our destination now. It looks like we'll arrive with 77% of the battery. We left with 91%. In terms of how much battery 77% is, right now we're at 79% of the battery, and 79% is 227 miles of range. So we'll probably end with like 220 miles of range, which will be more than enough to get back to Los Angeles later this afternoon from Irvine. But we've been driving so far for 53 miles, 53 minutes, 37 miles so far, and we've kept it about 60 to 70 miles the whole way down. There really hasn't been any glitches so far in this drive, except for the construction area zone. Of course, there was glitches there, but that's more of like a GPS glitch, not necessarily a Tesla autopilot glitch. But going 65 miles an hour currently. We're in the third lane from the left, but pretty much the center lane. These Irvine roads, or these tested roads, are definitely a lot more smoother. We're just cruising along as we get to our destination or our exit, which is coming up in about like 10 minutes or so. But I'm probably gonna go ahead and end it pretty soon. Thanks for watching this video, guys, or watching this stream. Really means a lot. Please hit that like if you like the video, and of course hit that subscribe. I got a lot of videos on the channel about Tesla as well as crypto. If you want to support the channel even further, I do have a buy a coffee link somewhere in the chat. You can support the channel as little as $1 to $5, so I can go buy a coffee later. Right now I don't have a coffee yet, but I'm definitely feeling a little hot, so a nice coffee would be a good for this morning after this drive. That's where I'm going to go ahead and end it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoyed it, and comment below, and I'll try and answer any questions that you have about Tesla, buying a Tesla, or owning a Tesla. Love to hear your thoughts. Alright guys, thanks for watching this stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, did I PPF the Tesla?
Said, I ordered back in July, so I believe I get the 1-year trial.
Oh, nice.
I got the long-range version with full self-driving option.
Full self-driving. We talked about that earlier, but...
Did you PPF your Tesla?
So congrats on the... that'd be cool if you do get the 1-year subscription, because then, you know, it can save features, but that's my self-driving. We did talk about that earlier, but to distinguish is that the beta program, the beta videos that you see all over YouTube, only are in that program. Does not automatically get you that beta perfectly and then submit a request to get in it. And thinking that if I pay the Tesla full self-driving program and I wasn't able to actually get it. So on this Model Y that I just bought pretty recently, I did not opt to pay for the full self-driving package, and I'm just going to wait until that beta becomes a more full widespread release before I give Tesla any more money for the full self-driving package. So definitely keep that in mind. You might be able to save you some money if you don't need some of the features. I think the only feature that really makes sense for full self-driving is the auto lane change. Everything else is kind of a gimmick, so I don't want you wasting $10,000 for nothing. So definitely take a look at some videos if you haven't already, because there's a lot of information out there, but I don't want you getting tricked on the beta, thinking that you're going to get the beta right away. The other question, did I PPF my Tesla? I did PPF the Model 3 on the full front, because I thought I'd be doing a lot of highway driving, which I actually do, but I did not PPF this Model Y like I'm currently in, because I knew going into it I probably wasn't going to keep this Model Y too long, so I didn't PPF it. But I did use ceramic on both of them, which I think is well worth it to keep the car cleaner, keep it glossy, and really keep the dust off, because LA gets pretty dusty, as well as paint correction to get all the swirls out. Alright guys, so this is where I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'm getting off the exit now. Thanks for watching this live stream, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.